For the Blitz.
That man is playing Galaga. Thought we wouldn't notice, but we did.
It's the Afternoon Blitz. Here are your hosts, Captain Cool and the Bandi Man.
Hello, welcome in everybody to a fun Friday here in No Man's Land. Welcome to the Afternoon Blitz on the Tennessee Valley Blitz Sports Radio Network. I'm your host with the most, the Captain Cool. The most as in, I got Bandi Man, I got Chad in the office. That's pretty cool.
Goodness, it's
Captain Cool. Someone lose a grenade. Boom. Oh yeah. Make sure you guys find us online at theblitzsportsradio.com, on Facebook at The Blitz Sports Radio, and on Twitter at _sports, where you get the most out of this show. You get the most before the show, you get the updates, you get the behind the scenes, you get all that cool stuff, so you can stay up to date with really just everything that's going down here on the Blitz Sports Radio Network. And you can also follow us on Twitch and YouTube to get the most out of this specific show, or yesterday's specific show, or the day before that, or any day to come, because you get to see us and you get to hear us. And if you have like a TV or anything like that, or a tablet or a phone, you can throw us up on that, and it's like you're hanging out with two bros all this 2 hours. Yeah, I can't say all day long. I mean, unless you go back and binge all of the episodes of the Afternoon Blitz, which you definitely can, because they're all over on our Twitter and Facebook page, as well as online. This first hour is presented by Fleming Roofing and Restoration, the guys you need to talk to about all of your roofing needs. If you're having any roofing problems, make sure you look them up online at FlemingHSV.com to fill out your free quote today. And remember that Fleming always shows up. It may not be raining right now, but it probably will be this weekend. It comes and goes so quickly, guys. Also, before we get into starting the show, you also can call in to this first segment. 256-576-4977 is the number to call, and you're live hanging with the chillest crew of two in sports radio in the booth, spinning the tracks and flax and wax and doing all that stuff. Probably doing a backflip one of these days. The Bandi Man, Bailey Lowry. Jeez.
So you'll probably never see me do a backflip.
Bandi, I'm going to teach you how to do a backflip, bro. I'm going to teach you how to do a backflip, all right? That's what I'm going to do. You know what? You've seen the big old beanbag in my building, my house. I practiced my backflips on that. I just want you to know that. I literally did one last night after I was slumped dead in my bed. I got up out of my bed to prove the woman a point, and I said, hey, look at this, backflip. And then I was like, I'm going to bed now. And that's exactly what I did, because my name's Thurnis. Does it make sense? Doesn't have to make sense. I don't care. This is the Afternoon Blitz. Either way, Bandi, how are you doing today, man?
I'm doing well.
Good to hear, man. It's a Friday. Obviously, you can tell from me, I'm a little bit more energized. It's weird. It goes, some days during the beginning of the week, I'm just super pumped up, super crazy. I got the mind flowing. The words just coming out. They're coming out like I'm rapping some bars.
Right.
Like I'm Eminem or something like that. Or some days, I'm just like, here we go. Welcome. You know, I put on that face a little bit more than usual. But on days like this, I'm 100%. It's all me. It's all you. We're doing the best we can to give the most entertaining sports talk show for the people. And that's exactly what we're going to do. And Bandi, I got to tell you something, all right? Yesterday, your boy got into a new video game. And it's not really a new video game, but if you've ever played the NHL video games, you know that there's a lot of different sides of them, or possibly you're just stuck to one side of them, and that's the offline play, which me, John, Tommy, all of my brothers and friends have always played. I started dabbling into a little bit more of the online scene, okay? Yesterday, got absolutely bootied when I was playing against other people just on regular online matches. Like I was the Bruins, they were the Hurricanes, or they were some random team, and I just kept getting destroyed. I had to switch a few times, and it just didn't work out for me. I was like, I'm not fully enjoying this. The game's not at the speed that I like. Maybe possibly I could try something else. So I was just going around, I was figuring stuff out, and for a guy like me, I don't got a lot of games on my console because I don't have an extension pack or anything like that, because the Xbox, those SD cards are extremely expensive. But I started hopping into World of Chell, and I've heard a lot of things in the past about it, just like people, in college, they get through college because of Chell, and I was always just like, it's a cool game mode, I just never have hopped into it. And then there's also Hut, which is where you get all the cards and stuff similar to NBA's, like players and all that stuff that you can do in like all of those other football games and basketball games and stuff. I got into Chell, created my own player, gave him a mustache, and I started hopping in. Bandi, you can do 6v6 with 5 other people on your team that are just playing anywhere else in the world, as well as 6 other people on the other team, and you go up against each other in a hockey match. And you can do that, you can do 3v3, you can do all of that type of stuff. And the more you level up, the more hockey jerseys you get, the more equipment you get, and the more, skills you get and all that stuff. So it really is just like I wouldn't say it's an RPG, but it's kind of like an RPG in the way that you grow your character, you grow your player, you get better and better. I'm having a lot of fun with that game mode, and I gotta say, I want to get into Halo again. It's Season 4, there's Infected, it's awesome. However, I've discovered the world of Chell, and I don't know if I'll ever set foot on another world again. So I'm at a crossroad problem right now, Bandy. But either way, we got to get into some of these news stories going down because we got Joe Hunk on because it's a fun Friday. Joe Hunk from 104.5 The Zone. He'll be hopping on with us in the next segment. But let's get into this stuff because today is June 23rd, 2023. And here's what you need to know on a fun Friday in no man's land. LSU, LSU, LSU. Let's freaking go. What a defensive battle we were treated to last night in Omaha, okay? How about the Tigers, though?
I mean, how about LSU?
How about them?
I don't know if Joe's going to feel the same way.
I don't know if Joe's going to feel the same way.
I think the last time, if I remember right, I don't think he feels very, very good about LSU.
I wouldn't feel very good about LSU either, especially because LSU beat Tennessee, okay? Joe, Tennessee fan, I could see why he'd be rubbed the wrong way. Also, a lot of people.
Some ill will.
Yeah, some ill will, just a little bit. I mean, it's like me hating the Steelers for beating the Browns all these years. But you look at LSU and you think about, oh, well, from an outsider's perspective, for somebody that just likes a different team in college baseball or is outside of the SEC and just enjoys watching their own stuff like Virginia or Wake Forest or even Oral Roberts, I mean, they can enjoy that stuff. And then they see LSU get past Wake Forest, and a lot of people can think about it like, oh, well, of course, LSU's going back for another national championship. This will be their 8th appearance. To me, I can't even dog them. I don't even, Alabama not being this far, I don't even care about that at this point, okay? I'm looking at LSU and Florida in the national championship. Both of these teams have been here before. And the crazy thing is, both of these teams played each other back in 2017, where Florida won their first national championship. So they might be able to do it again to win their second, especially with O'Sullivan as their head coach. But it's going to be ridiculous to see, okay? It's going to be amazing. I'm so excited. Me and you called it, Bandy. It was wonderful, okay? But looking at that LSU side, 4 days in a row, this team had to go up against some of the best teams in college baseball. And you know what? They were able to punch their ticket last night against Wake Forest after going all the innings scoreless. Absolutely no scoring throughout this game. You could say it was boring. I don't think that because these plays that these kids were making were absolutely amazing. The first baseman running, grabbing the ball, throwing it to home. Great game sense. Wonderful play. These infielders doing great stuff. At the beginning, it didn't look like the outfielders would do much because that sun was coming down on him. I mean, that guy couldn't even see the foul ball, but you know what? The outfielders were there to play. It was wonderful to see, and it all came down to a home run late in that game to give LSU the walk-off win. Okay. Spectacular.
I'll also tell you, pitching battles in college are 100% more watchable than pitching battles in the MLB.
Well, I mean, there's just so many storylines to these kids. I mean, you even could look at some other teams with Caglione. Just a spectacular talent that's coming up. Obviously, he's not the pitching sense that people want to see out of him just yet, but he's also the top batter on that team with it's 30-something home runs. I'm not exactly sure, but I mean, yes, you were very correct. You looked at what we got last night. First off, with LSU just doing some insane stuff with Paul Skeens. Paul Skeens is an absolute beast. Yeah. I got to figure out who the best pitcher is because we've seen so many amazing pitchers in this entire tournament. It's just wonderful to see. We got a guy that looks like Post Malone. We got Drew Beam. We got freaking Paul Skeens. We got all these guys that are doing insane things for their age. Throwing 100 plus miles an hour, it's insane to see. Paul Skeens throws 120 pitches with the average of those pitches being around 90, 98, and, around that area. He got up there a few times, and he was making people miss quite a bit because that man had 9 strikeouts on the night. But, jeez, just talk about this team. Absolutely wonderful. Wake Forest, congrats to a wonderful, wonderful year. But when you go up against the SEC, it's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a tough one every single time. And, I mean, we did talk yesterday. We talked a little bit about Florida baseball and what we wanted to see. And this is exactly what we wanted to see. And now LSU gets one little break. Their pitchers probably got to help get warmed up. Florida's going to come in fresh, and these guys go back at it tomorrow. They're already going back at it tomorrow, and they'll be playing 3 games in a row, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Thankfully, we will be in studio on that final game, probably previously to it, because it'll probably be, it's at 7 p.m., so we'll be talking quite a bit about it, what's going to be going on, if that game even comes, because we don't even know. If LSU wins out, they're done. I mean, LSU wins it all. If Florida wins out, they're done. We're not going to be talking about it as much we will be talking about it quite a bit, but we won't be, previewing it as much as we would be just ending it for the season, It's going to be a lot to talk about. Bandi, we got our top 10s ready to go. I can't wait. I'm going to be doing mine over some, some music. Why not? I'm going to be bringing it back to what I did I think it was like my first list. Okay, and I'll tell you more information about it later because I'm going to keep you guys on the edge of your seats about what we're going to be talking about, all that stuff. But, Bandi, real quick, throw the people what you're going to be talking about during the e-play-by-play later today.
Well, we've got the legal battle right now between the FTC and Microsoft. I mean, they're in court right now, and we're getting a lot of information that's really kind of shedding a lot of light on really the history of Xbox and Sony and Nintendo, the community claim console wars.
Yeah.
I mean, Xbox has actually now come out and admit they've lost. They've been losing the console wars since the start.
For quite a while, yes.
Yeah, since they've been they revealed since the first Xbox was a thing.
Yeah. I mean,
as PlayStation has still consistently outsold them.
Yeah, that is true.
And they've just been consistently third behind Sony and Nintendo.
Yeah. Even if you think about the PlayStation 2 and how the Xbox 360 was arguably the better console, PlayStation 2 still sold so much, and there were so many games on that console as well that it's just you couldn't go wrong with anything. But at the end of the day, Xbox was still sitting behind all the other ones. Yeah, so it's
and we also have another bombshell.
Ooh.
In that Xbox Vice President Sarah Bond claimed that Activision Blizzard CEO Bobby Kotick demanded a greater revenue share to put Call of Duty on Microsoft's platforms.
Huh.
He made it clear if we did not move beyond standard revenue share that he intended to not place Call of Duty on Xbox.
Sheesh.
Yeah, ultimately, they decided to meet their demands and share an 80-20 revenue split.
Wow.
Between Microsoft and Activision Blizzard.
Sheesh. Well, can't wait to get into more of those details later on during the e-play-by-play at 3:30. But we got to hop into a break because when we come back, we're talking with Joe Hunk from 104.5 The Zone. So don't go anywhere, guys, because you're listening to the Afternoon Blitz.
The Blitz has been called.
No one knows your Ford better than our factory-trained, certified technicians, and that's a fact. Hi, Bobby White back again for Woody Anderson Ford, letting you know about a one-time service promotion good through June 30th only. Starting at just $79.95 when you get the Works package for your vehicle. You buy the first one, the second one is on us. The Works package includes a synthetic blend oil change, tire rotation, vehicle checkup, and more. You buy the first one, the next one is on us, but only through June 30th. Schedule online today and come in to Woody Anderson Ford.
Do you have discomfort in your legs? Varicose veins can affect not only how your legs look, but how they feel. Symptoms of varicose veins include pain, swelling, aching, heaviness, and fatigue. Dr. Tracy Lowry of Best Vein Care of Huntsville can diagnose and treat your varicose veins with the latest minimally invasive techniques. Diagnosis and treatment is covered by most insurances. Call 256-715-7151 to schedule your free screening. Go to bestveincarehuntsville.com.
I'm attorney Gary Lackey. If you've been injured and need a lawyer right now, do you know who you really get?
I'm attorney Jennifer Lackey. You want to talk to your lawyer. My clients talk to me.
And me. I'm attorney Justin Lackey. We're the ones that you talk to.
And we're the ones who handle your personal injury case.
And we'll take care of it.
The Lackey Law Firm. 1-800-4RIGHTS.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
Tom Abraham here for my friend Brian Hamaker and his team at North Alabama Mortgage. Look, buying a home is the biggest purchase you will make in your life, and it can be a bit intimidating, so you want people that can help walk you through the mortgage process and get you the best deal possible. That's what North Alabama Mortgage does, and they do it in Alabama, Tennessee, and Florida, from first-time purchases to refis, conventional, VA, FHA, and USDA loans. They have the solution at North Alabama Mortgage. Visit NorthAlabamaMortgage.com to learn more. That's NorthAlabamaMortgage.com.
You've got to experience Toyotathon at Bill Penny Toyota. They've got the selection with over 700 new Toyotas to choose from. And they've got the extras with Bill Penny perks and a 10-year unlimited warranty. So get on over to Bill Penny Toyota today and experience Toyotathon. Bill Penny Toyota in Huntsville and online at BillPennyToyota.com. Bill Penny's Toyota 10-year unlimited warranty is valid through the 10th year of ownership. Valid on new vehicles only. See dealer for details.
Hey folks, this is Arthur Seaton, managing partner of University Kia, letting you know we are proud supporters of Crimson Tide football. Stop in the University Kia today and shop our large selection of new Kias, including the all-new Telluride 8-passenger SUV, the stylish new K5, and sporty new Seltos. Visit universitykia.com for all our great offers. And get pre-approved in minutes so you can drive home your new Kia today. Because we want to see you in a Kia. Roll Tide!
Burger King presents Breakfast Stories. Today's story, Marty and the 2 for $4 croissant.
Yeah, I go to Burger King. They got that croissant deal, 2 for $4. It's wicked good with the sausage, dude. And 2 for $4, that is a huge bargain. Huge.
Well said, Marty. Tasty, savory, sausage on a flaky croissant. Hey, this is not breakfast. This is a Burger King breakfast. Get 2 croissant sandwiches now for just $4. Only at Burger King. Price and participation vary.
The Blitz has been called.
Hello and welcome back, everybody, to a fun Friday here in No Man's Land. John Abraham, Captain Cool, alongside the Bandy Man, Bailey Lowry. And we got a special guest on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline, but we'll get to him in a second because we got to get the particulars out of the way, like our Twitter. You can find us at @theblitz_sports, as well as on Twitch and YouTube at WZZN TV for the full effect of this fun Friday here on the Afternoon Blitz. You can't call in right now. You can later, but this hour is presented by Fleming Roofing and Restoration, the guys you need to talk to about all of your roofing needs. And if you're having any roofing problems, make sure you look them up online and fill out your free code today. And remember that Fleming always shows up. Now, time to talk to a guy that knows approximately everything about everything. One Mr. Joe Hunk from 104.5 The Zone. Joe, how are you doing today?
I would have been doing a lot better if Tommy White hadn't hit that home run last night.
Really?
I would have been doing way better.
Really? I mean,
yes. Screw Tommy White.
Well, that's a name I can
and Tommy Tanks.
Look.
Screw LSU.
Look, we were talking about wanting to get to both SEC teams into the College World Series, but you seem to have a problem with it. Just kind of break it down a little bit while you're talking about your problems and why you wanted Wake Forest to win.
Because Wake Forest is an amazing baseball team.
Yeah.
And that was the reason why. And Wake Forest was the team I chose to pick to win the World Series.
Ooh.
That's the main reason. But look, no. And I'm like, it's just, dang it. Yeah. I cannot believe that he had that slider just hung to him like it did. And just, absolutely destroyed.
Yeah.
That thing was mashed.
Rocked the ball. And out of all of the hits in that game, it was 0-0 going all the way up to extra innings, which is the first time, well, actually in a long time, but also it's only the 4th time that's ever happened in College World Series history. So just, talk about the intensity on that defense.
No, it's the whole thing is amazing, okay? Because I want you to think back to this because, and I know that you guys are younger, and I get that. So I'm not sitting here trying to, make an age joke or anything like that. But let's truly think about how many times in professional sports and college sports that the semifinals and the finals are both amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. And I mean that because sometimes you'll have semifinals that are amazing, but then you'll get to the championship and there's a blowout, or you'll have a national championship game, or you'll have a World Series, or you'll have an NBA Finals that's amazing, but the semifinals was a sweep.
Yeah.
Like you have that so many times throughout sports. Let's go ahead and look at exactly what we're about to see in the next 2 years. The 12-team playoff is coming when the semifinals haven't really even been that great to begin with. Yet we're adding more teams. So it's, yes, you'll get great college football national championship games more than you won't. Not everything is going to be Alabama, Clemson, and San Francisco. Like, it's not all that's going to happen, okay? It's not going to be Georgia and TCU like it was this year. You're going to have great football games.
Of course.
But to have the Final Four and the championship game be as amazing as it is, that's what we could be setting up to because you get Florida LSU. All right. But LSU and Wake Forest, you go 9 innings. And it's not just that you were going 9 innings. You went 9 innings with 2 pitchers that are going to be most likely both drafted in the top 5 in the Major League Baseball draft in a couple of weeks. You have prospects on top of prospects that were playing in this game. Dylan Cruz is most likely going to be your number 1 overall draft pick. That man could barely even hit the baseball the other night or last night, and because Wake Forest was planning against him so well. You have Cruz isn't even the number 1 home run hitter on the team. It's Tommy White. Screw him. You have all of the, like Dugas was doing great. Like you have so many great pitchers and batters and players and everything that everything lived up to the hype. Okay. Like we were doing the baseball stream during the game and I'm like, oh, it's nothing. Oh, it's nothing. Oh, it's nothing. And it was just like Rhett Lauder, Paul Skeens, 2 guys that are about to get paid millions of dollars in the next month.
Yeah.
Are literally leaving every single bit of that on the line just to get to the national championship round.
Yeah.
And they both deserve it. Skeens, 8 innings pitched, 9 Ks. Only 1 base on ball, no earned runs. Lauder, 6 Ks, 2 walks, no earned runs. Like, that was a pitching matchup of a lifetime, okay? Like, I went to 2007. Yes, 2007. I took one of my best friends to Boston to see Yankees Red Sox, to see 2 different Yankees Red Sox games, okay?
Nice.
The first matchup was cool. It was like Dice K versus I want to say Andy Pettit. Okay?
All right.
Great pitching matchup. That was the Friday night game. The Sunday night matchup, though, Kurt Schilling versus Roger Clemens.
The big shill. Okay.
I mean, you're just going, oh my God, I just want this to live up to the hype. And so many times it doesn't.
Yeah.
So many times it doesn't live up to the hype. You had the 2 best pitchers in college baseball literally going at it the entire night, and one would step off the mound and look at the other as he's walking in and be like, top that.
Yeah.
And the other pitcher would walk on the mound, do the exact same thing, and walk out and go, your turn. And they just kept going back and forth all the way until they just couldn't pitch anymore.
Yeah.
Like, until you said, okay, we've got to pull both of them. Like, all right, one's got to go, the other one's got to go. And then literally the Wake Forest closer comes in for 1 throw. He threw 1 pitch. Gone.
Right out of the park.
Hanging slider right over the middle. It was an amazing game. I hate it. I hate everything about it. I hate the fact that LSU went. I hate the fact that LSU beat Tennessee because I said that Tennessee was going to be the one playing Wake Forest. I hate the fact that LSU beat Wake Forest because I was so excited to see Wake Forest potentially win a national championship because they have been hands down the best team in baseball for the entire season. But this right here goes back to what we talked about weeks ago. This is why the college baseball national championship is the hardest championship to win in sports. There's not another one that is even close to being as difficult as this one.
Of course. And I mean, looking at the Florida Gators going in, and I mean, they have a little bit of time to kind of rest up. I mean, looking at their history with going into the national championship or the final of the World Series, they've only been there 4 times. Whereas you look at this LSU team, and I can see why you could be upset because this team's constantly there. The last time they were there was back in 2017, and now they're going back for their 8th appearance in the World Series against the same team they faced off against back in 2017. It's an amazing little storyline we got here of just top dog teams, mainly LSU, getting back. SEC just always reigning over, and just amazing competition really in this later half of the season. But I mean, looking at that LSU versus Florida matchup just come tomorrow, I mean, it's tough. It's tough. You look at LSU and they're pretty much out of pitchers for now. I mean, they gotta really pull out their reserves. They played for the last 4 days in a row, and now they gotta figure out which guy is hot, which guy's even able to pitch the ball, and how they're going to be able to go up against this Florida Gators team because they're also riding hot with a pretty impressive bullpen themselves.
Well, and the crazy thing about this is that through the entire regular season of the SEC, through the SEC tournament, these two teams still have not faced each other this season.
That's crazy.
That's what is crazy about this. They weren't on each other's schedules. When you got to the SEC tournament, Florida played Alabama once and Vanderbilt twice. Like that team, somehow these two teams have not stepped on the field against each other this season.
That is wild.
It's extremely crazy because of how good they are and the way the SEC is. You figure that they're eventually going to be playing each other, at least once, or at least a 1-game series in the tournament, or if they're playing each other 3-game series in the regular season. LSU's pitching is going to be their biggest downfall as far as going into tomorrow, Sunday, and Monday. Because look, don't fool yourself. Skeens will pitch on game 3 if it comes to Monday night.
Most definitely.
He's absolutely pitching in game 3, which is the reason why he pitched last night.
Mm-hmm.
Because they knew they needed him to pitch just because it was a win or go home.
Yeah.
There was no, hey, we want to save you for game 1. There is no game 1 if you don't win that game last night.
Yeah.
So Skeens is most likely going to be pitching on Monday, which means Friday, Saturday, Sunday. He would be going on 3.5 days rest. So what I think that LSU strategy would be, if you get to that Monday game, would be, we're going to put Skeens out. We really only want to go 4 or 5 innings with him.
Okay.
We really only want to go 4 or 5 innings.
Yeah.
The only way that is going to be possible is if LSU starting pitching that they're going to see, in the starting pitching that they're going to have, whether it's Ty Floyd or whether it's going to be Hurd or anything, because Hurd even pitched a little bit last night. Whatever you see, those pitchers have got to go deep to save these bullpen arms just in case they're needed late in game 2 or late in game 3.
Yeah.
So Florida is going to come in with a better pitching scenario, but the problem with Florida pitching is it's not like it's the most amazing in the first place.
No.
Okay. This guy that everybody wants to wonder the reason why he didn't make the All-American team and the player from Clemson was because they're both quote unquote Shohei Ohtani's. The man barely even pitched for the last 2 months. Like that's the reason why the last time that Caglione actually pitched for LSU outside of the game that happened 2 days ago against TCU was almost a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
Not in the regionals, not the SEC tournament, not even in the super regionals. He pitched 2 nights ago because they needed him to pitch 2 nights ago because they'd already went with Waltrip. They'd already went with Sprott. They had already went with Slater. Like, they'd pitched all these guys. They finally needed him to pitch in this game.
Mm-hmm.
So don't sit here and think, oh, well, if they get him in there, they're good. No, there's not a single LSU or there's not a single Florida starter that has an ERA under 350.
That's insane.
It is insane. LSU's the same way, though. Like, that's the reason why I thought Tennessee would beat LSU the second go-round, because LSU would either be throwing a bullpen game or they would be starting a starter that had a 4+ ERA. They did go with the bullpen game. The bullpen pitcher that they started with had a sub-3 ERA. But once he was out of the way, they brought in their offensive lineman, and that guy came in and pitched, and he mowed them down, even though he has like almost a 5 ERA. Tennessee screwed themselves over in that game because LSU does not have great pitching behind Skeens.
Yeah.
Florida does not have great pitching, period.
And like,
so there's a chance you're going to see like a 7-6 score tonight or tomorrow night.
Yeah, I mean, it might be a little bit more of an offensive battle, which, I mean, I can't complain about that. I like a little bit of the runs going in. But last night, you can't complain about that either, because these guys were making some impressive plays. And then going back to
the play to save the bunt.
Oh
my God.
Talk about like knowing exactly what to do. The game sense in that kid's mind. It was the first baseman. Can't remember his name as of right now, but I mean, just going up, grabbing the bunt. There's a guy going to first. There's a guy going to home. He just pretty much just tosses it backhanded to the catcher to get the out, even though the Wake Forest runner was diving. It was just the most insane thing ever, and it worked out perfectly because most of the times the catcher loses in those situations. I mean, it never goes in the favor of the catcher, right?
Well, no, catchers are really kind of getting screwed over, especially the last week or so with what's been taking place.
Yeah.
But no, this was an absolute look. The word web gem doesn't even describe what happens. Okay. If who's the guy that Daniel A. Moore, if Daniel Moore wanted to paint. You shut up, Surrey.
Sir?
If there was somebody that wanted to paint the deciding moment in this baseball game for LSU, the Tommy White home run is absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
But it would be this play. This play is the reason why LSU won that baseball game. It's Trey Morgan is the name of the first baseman that made the play. And look, I don't care. He said afterwards, he says, yeah, we practiced that play. You know, we practiced that all the way back to the fall. No, you practice suicide squeezes, okay? You didn't practice going Patrick Mahomes and going full vertical on this and going basically your body levitating a foot off the ground as you're tossing the baseball to the catcher to get the out. You didn't practice that back in October, okay? You just didn't. You practice suicide squeezes. And the ability to notice the suicide squeeze and go at it at full speed and be able to grab the baseball barehanded and get it to the catcher in time so that he can make the tag. That you did practice.
Yeah.
Going full vert and like I say Patrick Mahomes because we remember the throw he made in the Super Bowl. Like going full vert on that and making that play, you did not practice. That's all athletic ability.
Yeah.
Amazing play.
And it's insane how quick a mind has to work, especially in that type of moment. I mean, just for some of the players picking it up in the infield grounders, I mean, even that stuff, those balls are coming at people at 100 to 110 miles an hour. And, I mean, you got to be thinking very quick, thinking on your feet to get those to the first baseman. But kind of going over to that Florida squad, I mean, you look at Jack Caglione, what he's been able to do. Take no, like, all respect for him because it's very difficult to do both what he's doing. I mean, Shohei Ohtani shows us that he makes it look easy. But, I mean, Caglione, I mean, outside of his pitching ability that, again, isn't top tier as of right now, his batting ability is totally different. I mean, this is like the heart of the home runs that come from this Florida squad. He had, 34 on the season or something like that?
He had 31. He has 31 on the season.
Okay. Jeez. Insanity from him. And then, again, you're looking at the pitching squad for this team. I mean, what we saw from Hurston Waldrop just the other day whenever they were playing up against Oral Roberts, I mean, he did have 12 strikeouts on the day. But then also, I mean, if you want consistency, a little bit more of an army of pitchers, I mean, you got to look at that LSU side. I know you say that you only look at, possibly the one man who really just did it all yesterday. But it goes to a lot more than just that. This squad has just been able to do a lot, both sides, from LSU and Florida. And it's good to see them back in the championship game. But, again, tough stuff from both of these teams. But kind of looking forward to it. I mean, kind of just give us your predictions on it because, I mean, we're not going to be here until Monday, and that'll be the final game of this series.
The mind wants to go with Florida because they are a better hitting team. If you can get Josh Riviera on bases, he's already stolen 16 bases so far this year. You do have Caglione, even though he hasn't hit a home run since the regionals. But you still have Langford and Riviera himself, and there's so many players on this Florida team that can hit home runs. That's what makes this lineup scary. You have 3 players on this Florida team that have OPSs over 1,100, which is absolutely insane. But I mean, after watching LSU play for the past few days, I can't go against LSU.
Tough,
I just
dude.
can't. I've went against them too many times already in the past 4 days.
4 days
So
in a row.
I'm not going to go against LSU anymore in this. I mean, and if they win, it's going to be a very memorable championship, especially if it never gets to the point that they need Skeens. What will be crazy is if they get into game 2, they've already won game 1. They're getting into the 7th or 8th inning, and they've got a 2 or 3 run lead, and they bring Skeens in to close it out.
Yeah.
That you could see as well.
Yeah, I guess.
Depending on what happens, because again, you bring Skeens in throwing 102 late in that ball game in Omaha, national television, in a Florida team that has not seen him this season. You could see him coming in relief if LSU decided that they wanted to close it out with him.
Yeah, you definitely couldn't. Even if LSU does find themselves in a tricky situation, losing that game 2, if Skeens even comes in, I mean, this guy threw 120 pitches yesterday. I think he'd be fine to come out and throw a few more the day after to finish off that series. But The crazy thing about LSU is they are 6-1 when it comes to the national championship, okay? They won in 91, 93, 96, 97, 2000, 2009, and then their last one was a loss against this Florida team with the same coach, not the same players, but with Kevin O'Sullivan, and it's just, again, it is
that was
amazing.
the rat year.
Yeah, yeah,
No, I think that was the year with the rats.
It was.
Wasn't it? Rally rat?
They were like running around in the dugouts and
Was it
stuff.
a possum? It may have been a rally possum.
It was something
I
back
think the
then.
rally possum was 2017.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. It's wonderful to see this all kind of come into full circle, and with the SEC back in it, both teams in that national championship. It kind of now moving over to a little bit more of the interesting talk. Joe, did you ever used to watch slam ball back in the day? Just, slam ball,
No,
What?
no, I'm not. And I'm actually Googling slam ball.
What?
As we
You
speak
never,
right now.
never caught slam ball?
He
back in
knows
the
what
day?
slam
Is
ball
slam
is.
ball the thing with the trampoline?
Of course. Yeah, of
Oh,
course.
no.
Yeah, well,
No.
It got renewed.
yeah, turns out ESPN wants to do everything they can to bring all the cool stuff back. So they got, obviously...
No, they're doing everything they can to fill programming because they're firing everybody.
Yeah, I mean, they got to fill out something, but it's going to be all in
And
Las
Stephen A.
Vegas.
Smith can't go 24/7. I mean, he wants to. I mean, in all reality, they'd probably let him, but
Yeah.
he can't go 24/7.
Nah, yeah, that's why they got Pat McAfee
They're
as
bringing
well.
back. They bringing it back this,
They can't
and they're
get
gonna
back-
bring it back on the Ocho.
They can't give Perkins more airtime.
No, they can't.
No,
They could
no,
give
there's
us.
some people they shouldn't be given airtime to begin with.
They could give me and the Bandy Man a little spot on their station. I mean, that'd be nice. But either way, I mean, slam ball. You're telling me you never caught a game
no.
of slam ball?
No, never
Wow.
watched slam ball.
It's about as
You know why?
interesting as AFL.
Because standing behind me right now is a 6'6" man that was the SEC Player of the Year.
Yeah.
And there's no reason on this earth I should play a sport where him and I are equal. There just isn't. There is no way on earth that him and I should be playing a basketball game and us be equal. There just shouldn't be.
I mean, I don't.
And that's what slam ball is.
I don't know if you could really, count it as equal. I think it really just goes down to the athletic ability of some of these guys that are doing
How
this.
tall are
sport.
you?
I am.
Without the bleach chair. How tall?
Okay. People tell me to just say I'm 6 foot, but I'm literally like 5'11" and 3/4.
Yeah, I feel you.
It's
I feel you.
upsetting.
Okay,
I hate it.
so you're 5'11" and 3/4.
Yeah.
All right, get you on a trampoline. You could totally go like Denver Nuggets mascot and just do flips and crap. Trying to do this on the slam ball thing. Like
Well,
a trampoline, man, it's cheating.
Think about it like
My
this.
buddies and I was 5 years old. We used to do this. We put the trampoline underneath the basketball goal. We would jump on it, and it wouldn't even be a challenge. We would almost sit on the rim.
Until you landed on the ground when you miss the rim and break that ankle. I mean, that's always a tough one.
No,
right there.
because we always landed on the pole on the outside of the trampoline, and then we'd fall to the ground that way. It
Okay.
still wasn't fun, and it did hurt, but still, it doesn't matter.
All right. Well,
Okay.
let me argue with you right now about this because I think that instead of being born with the ability to play a sport and be really good at it because you have the 6'7" like size and all that stuff, instead of having that, this game, it really just goes down to how much work you put into the craft of slam ball and how you know how to dunk and jump off a trampoline. And it's just a bunch of different things. It's a fun sport. It's like NBA Jam. I would say that. It's exactly like NBA Jam.
Well, yes, it's NBA Jam because that's how high up you're jumping. And you're literally jumping out of the screen because you're on a trampoline.
Yeah.
Like if this was standard definition, you wouldn't be seen when you go up in the air, just like you couldn't see them on NBA Jam.
Well, 2009, it was on Cartoon Network. I'm pretty sure it was standard definition
That's
back then.
Cartoon Network, man. That's way back in the day.
I know.
Man, that was when they had the checkered logo. That
Yeah.
thing was great.
They had all the live action stuff. We had Andrew WK. We had Dude, What Would Happen? We talked about this extensively yesterday.
Actually, that brought up news. They're actually bringing it back.
What?
Like old Cartoon Network. They're making like a whole separate like channel for it, like Boomerang, called like the Checkered something.
Oh my god!
And it's gonna be just like all those classics
What?
from the checkered logo.
Yeah,
era.
because only time anybody actually watches Cartoon Network now is for Adult Swim.
Yeah, but back to slam ball. Two things you also can't do. You can't shoot it.
Can't shoot it.
And you can actually check people like in hockey.
Yeah. So talk about those physical abilities there.
Again, okay, you're telling me that I now can slam the basketball, and if for some reason somebody's about to come dunk on me, I can drop kick them?
Yeah, before they hit the trampoline, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But screw that. I'm going straight drop kick to the face. They're not dunking then.
That's what I'm saying. It's an awesome
But
sport.
look, is there a technical foul? Fouls like, okay, look, in basketball, You hard foul a guy once. What? You still have 5 other fouls.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll foul a guy hard one time, stand over him, and tell him not to even mess with me. That's done. That's over with. But slam ball, same thing applies. If I drop kick you in the face and I get one technical, hey, guess what? Still got another one. I'm good.
I don't know if there are
And
technicals.
you've got a bloody nose now. So look who's winning in this scenario.
I think that if you get a foul, instead of like a free throw, you get a free dunk. I think that's how they do it, but I'm not 100% sure. I got Bandi looking at that right now. Oh, jeez. Good old Joe Hunk from 104.5 The Zone. Joe, have you seen any movie trailers as of late? I know one that comes to mind that I literally just watched.
No, I will tell you, I was really disappointed last week, guys.
Oh, no. What happened, man?
I took the kid to see The Flash.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. How was The Flash?
Yeah, let's talk about that first.
He wasn't feeling it, guys.
Oh,
He
no.
wasn't feeling it at all.
I mean, you come off of that
I
Spider-Man
will
movie.
tell you, which it really kind of made me proud. There was only one moment in the movie that he really paid attention to, and that was anytime Supergirl was on the screen.
Good boy. Good boy, right there.
Look, just go look at Supergirl. You'll see what I'm talking about. But I mean, the only time he paid attention to the screen was when Supergirl was in. So there's 2 things about this. Okay, first off, I think the reason why the movie's not doing any good is because literally you cut the thing off at the angles before it even got started. You seriously said that this movie means nothing. Okay. And when months ago, when the movie was first being filmed, this was supposed to be the reset.
Yeah.
The Flash was supposed to be the reset. Okay, you go in and the Flash resets anything. If you've ever seen Flashpoint, and that's where the DCU and the new DCU start off. Boom, right there. Okay, that was supposed to be the reset. Then they said, yeah, this is really not going to be it. And in fact, this and the Aquaman that's coming up, those mean nothing. And so the first movie that's going to mean anything in the brand new DCU is going to be Superman Legends or Superman, whatever it's called.
Yeah, Superman Legacy.
Legacy, that's it. I knew it was an L word. And so you just go, okay, well, then why am I going to watch this? Because not only do all Marvel movies mean something, they're all also connected, just like what Secret Invasion is. People can bash Secret Invasion all you want, but there are things in Secret Invasion that you need to know about the next phase of the MCU. Same thing happened for What If, because people are going, I'm not watching a cartoon. Like, I'm not. Yeah. Oh, look, everything that was in the cartoons are now in this. Okay, there you go. But you cut it off at the ankles. Now, the cool thing about it is you did get to see Michael Keaton. Okay, that was amazing. You got to have some memories. You got to see what Michael Keaton and Batman would be like. All right, awesome. Okay. But I actually have more of an appreciation for Ezra Miller than what I thought I was going to before I went and saw the movie.
Really?
Because as somebody that's ADHD, it never clicked with me that the Flash would have to deal with a lot of the same things mentally as somebody that is ADHD, what they have to deal with. So whenever he's talking, he'll sometimes stumble over his words. He'll stop himself. He'll say, okay, hold on, let me reset this. Let me try saying this a different way. He'll explain things wrong. Somebody will ask him to sum something up, and he'll sum it up, and they're just going, you totally lost me.
That's interesting.
Bro, that's me on a daily basis.
That's interesting.
Like, I do that all the time.
Yeah. Huh.
I literally do that all the time.
That's a realistic
approach. And so my first thought was, oh my God, Ezra Miller is taking symptoms of ADHD because your mind is working super fast. Your mouth is not working fast enough. So the reason why you spit things out randomly, out of order, and the way that you try to tell stories is all jumbled up because your mind is working super fast, which would make sense if you're the Flash.
Of course. It
so
would.
Now I'm watching it and I'm looking at it a totally different light. I'm thinking, oh my God, like this actually is kind of brilliant. I don't know if anybody else catches this. I don't know if anybody else is paying attention to it like that. But there was a story that Ezra Miller tells when he is Barry Allen, when he's trying to explain it to the other Barry Allen in the movie. And when he starts to explain it, I went, I do that all the time. And I went, oh my heavens, oh my God, that's it.
I'm the Flash.
That's it.
I'm the Flash.
I'm the Flash. I'm the Flash now. That's it. Like my son, whenever he does something cool, he's like, I caught that. Do I have web? Do I have webs now? No, it doesn't work.
I'm literally him.
Yeah, I mean, so now I'm thinking I actually appreciate it. Okay, but the movie then just became fun.
Yeah.
Okay, you had the Supergirl. The deaths kind of sucked because if somebody died, you were just able to go backwards. And then, so it's like, okay, so what's the point of the movie?
Yeah.
So I get the reason why the reception has been kind of, this sucks, because it means nothing. Like, it means absolutely zero to what is going to be going on in the DCU.
And
like, James Gunn has already made it known that this movie means nothing. So why would you go see it, especially if you hate Ezra Miller as the Flash?
Well, that leads me to my other question. I mean, another movie that would technically mean nothing, or I don't know if it's a part of the same universe, would be that Batman movie that came out just a little bit ago, or possibly...
Yeah, so that one is going to be part of what they're calling DC Elseworld.
Okay.
So what they're doing is there's going to be a DCU and there's going to be a DC Elseworld.
All right.
And so the DC Elseworld is never going to connect with the DCU.
Okay.
So what you're doing is there's going to be shows like the Batman and
The
like
Joker?
the Flash and
The Joker?
those where those are their own storylines, but they don't ever intersect with the main storyline of the DCU
Because it's not a canon event, right?
because it's not a canon event. It's not spaghetti. If you haven't seen the movie, you don't know what I'm talking about. But it's not spaghetti.
Either way, Joe, we already got to get out of here. I don't know how these conversations just fly by, but we're at the 29-minute mark. So, Joe, let the people know where they can find you on socials and online. We can still talk a little bit after you say this. Don't worry.
At Joe Hunk, and I will let you know that I did just get confirmation that the Gamer Zone is going to be coming back, and it's going to be coming back a month early.
Let's go.
Because we are now going to be doing preseason games as well. We're not just doing the regular season. So we are when the new Madden comes out and preseason starts, we are going straight into preseason football.
Very nice, very nice. I personally have been getting a little bit more involved with the NHL games. So maybe get NHL 23 and we could play some Chell together or something like that.
Why do you not have MLB The Show? Like, why?
I've never been the show type of dude. I used to love the 2K games, but I was never a show guy. I liked going back and forth on the bat. You know what I'm saying?
I seriously need people to play with, man. I'm not joking. I've got my Diamond Dynasty team ready, and I have nobody to play with.
I'll send some people your way. I'll send some victims your way.
Please do.
All right, we'll do. Joe, thank you very much for hopping on with us. Can't wait to talk with you next week. You have a good day, buddy.
All right, bye. Love you.
Love you, Joe. Good stuff. Joe Hunk from 104.5 The Zone in Nashville. Make sure you guys look him up online. But we got to hop to a break. When we come back, we're going to close out this first hour, preview the next, and get into more of the fun to come here on the Afternoon Blitz.
The Blitz has been called.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
A wise man once said, if you take care of old folks and children, everything in the middle will take care of itself.
Hi, I'm Danny Aldridge, lawyer in Alabama and Tennessee. In the next 20 years, the number of those folks over 65 years of age will more than double. In our golden years, the most important goal is to be treated with dignity and have control over doing what makes you grateful with those you love. At the Aldridge Law Firm and the Legal Town Center, we're dedicated to help you with these goals, and we'll be there when life throws you those inevitable curveballs. Let us assist you with your legal needs, whatever they may be or become. You may reach us by phone at 256-534-3188 or online with Dan at danaldridgelaw.com. Just remember, we're here to help. Whether it's personal injury, wrongful death, fraud and cheat, or estate planning made complete, we're here to help.
At Bryant Bank, we believe your goals are worth chasing, and every step along the way is worth celebrating. From your hopes for the future to the challenges that keep you up at night, we're here for you. Bryant bankers put care into action to help you live legendary by stepping up when you need us most and doing what's right, even when no one is watching. Come experience a local bank whose people greet you by name and treat you like family. Bryant Bank, member FDIC.
This is Wes Neighbors sitting here with Philip Love of not only Eagle Insulation, now he represents Eagle Companies. Eagle through the years have added several companies to help individuals or builders through their construction renovation process. Eagle is known to represent quality, efficiency, and professionalism. Philip, I know you do insulation, but do you do masonry?
We do.
Do you do grading, erosion control, and dirt hauled off?
We do.
Do you do afterpaint, which includes shower doors, mirrors, shelving blinds, and bath hardware?
Yes, we do, Wes.
Do you do landscaping and irrigation?
Yes, we do.
So basically, Eagle can help you all along your process of building your house or doing renovations. So do you do plumbing?
We do not, Wes, but we can find somebody to do it.
Just give them time. They'll be there. Anyway, call Eagle Insulation at
256-755-1556.
Eagle saves you time. Eagle saves you money. Call Eagle today.
Thanks, Wes.
I'm attorney Gary Lackey. If you've been injured and need a lawyer right now, and pick up the phone to call, one you've seen on a billboard or on TV begging for your business, do you know who you really get?
I'm attorney Jennifer Lackey. You want to talk to your lawyer. You don't want to reach a call center, not in some office 100 miles away. With the Lackey Law Firm, that never happens. My clients talk to me.
And me. I'm attorney Justin Lackey. We're the ones that you talk to. We're the ones that you meet with.
And we're the ones who handle your personal injury case. You want to talk to me? You just call me.
And we'll take care of it. You worry about getting well. We'll take care of the rest.
The Lackey Law Firm.
And I'll go you one better. If you can't come to us, we'll come to you.
The Lackey Law Firm. The Lackey Law Family. 1-800-4-RIGHTS.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
You want the right specialist for your recovery. At SportsMed Orthopedic Surgery and Spine Center, we understand every body is different. Your muscles and bones are unique, as is your body. Our SportsMed specialists offer innovative treatments and minimally invasive procedures, allowing you to quickly return to the life you love. Locations in Huntsville, Madison, Athens, and Decatur, and on the web at sportsmedalabama.com. Improving performance, improving lives. The Blitz has been called.
This song just gets me so hyped. Oh, welcome back,
it
everybody.
kind of fits into what we're about to be going into.
It really does. It really does. I mean, John himself thought it was from a hockey game, but, that's one thing we're about to be getting into here in a second. Anyway, welcome back. Final segment of this first hour here on the Afternoon Blitz. John Abraham, Captain Cool, alongside the Bandy Man, Bailey Lowry.
Hey.
We just had a nice little conversation with one Mr. Joe Hunk from 104.5 The Zone in Nashville. And it's always nice to have him on, Bandy. I don't remember a time. Well, actually, it was like last week or the week before that where I was just like, there's not a lot going in sports. But this week, it's just an abundance. Not really, but there was more this week than there was last week in sports. That's for damn sure. Either way, this first hour has been presented by Fleming Roofing and Restoration, the guys that you need to talk to about all your roofing needs. If you're having any roofing problems, make sure you look them up online at FlemingHSV.com to fill out your free quote today. And remember that Fleming always shows up. Second hour is going to be wide open for you guys to hop in. 256-576-4977 is the number to call. Make sure you guys have the app downloaded on your phone. Have us on Twitch and YouTube at WZZN. And have us on your Twitter at the Blitz_sports. We're going to get into some fun stuff in the second hour because we got some top 10 lists, some stories, and just good times ahead. So that's what's to look forward to in the second hour here on the Afternoon Blitz.
Normally, when you call a roofing company, all you hear is, you need a new roof. Not when you call Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Since 1965, the folks at Fleming have been focused on what you need, whether it's an easy repair or a full roof replacement, commercial or residential. And when it comes to storm damage, you want Fleming on your side. They know all the ins and outs of insurance claims and will guide you through the entire process. Log on FlemingHSV.com and book your free estimate today. Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
Tom Abraham here for my friend Brian Hamaker and his team at North Alabama Mortgage. Look, buying a home is the biggest purchase you will make in your life, and it can be a bit intimidating, so you want people that can help walk you through the mortgage process and get you the best deal possible. That's what North Alabama Mortgage does, and they do it in Alabama, Tennessee, and Florida, from first-time purchases to refis, conventional, VA, FHA, and USDA loans. They have the solution at North Alabama Mortgage. Visit NorthAlabamaMortgage.com to learn more. That's NorthAlabamaMortgage.com.
This is Wes Neighbors sitting here with Philip Love of not only Eagle Insulation, now he represents Eagle Companies. Eagle through the years have added several companies to help individuals or builders through their construction renovation process. Eagle is known to represent quality, efficiency, and professionalism. Philip, I know you do insulation, but do you do masonry?
We do.
Do you do grading, erosion control, and dirt hauled off?
We do.
Do you do afterpaint, which includes shower doors, mirrors, shelving blinds, and bath hardware?
Yes, we do, Wes.
Do you do landscaping and irrigation?
Yes, we do.
So basically, Eagle can help you all along your process of building your house or doing renovations. So do you do plumbing?
We do not, Wes, but we can find somebody to do it.
Just give them time. They'll be there. Anyway, call Eagle Insulation at
256-755-1556.
Eagle saves you time. Eagle saves you money. Call Eagle today.
Thanks, Wes.
Here's Bobby White from Woody Anderson Ford on their service department.
President's Award winner 2 years in a row. That's only given to the top 10% of Ford dealers in customer satisfaction. So we're very proud of the service department. And our body shop. If you happen to get into an accident, which not a lot of people just want to go down and see a body shop, but if you get into an accident, award-winning body shop. We have state-of-the-art paint booths back there. They're waterborne paints that we use, friendly for the environment. We've got our production system, the way things are in and out. We have the fastest cycle rate in town of getting your vehicle in, getting your vehicle out, and assured that it's fixed right. We take pictures before it's wrecked, and not only after, but we take it as we're putting the parts on. All done to above industry standards. So I'm proud of our body shop too. Don't forget our parts department. So you don't have to need parts, performance parts, or just parts if you're a weekend mechanic.
Woody Anderson Ford, located at the corner of Jordan and Sparkman, as well as Hughes Road and Madison. You can also check out the great deals at WoodyAndersonFord.com.
This hour of The Blitz is brought to you by Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Online at FlemingHSV.com. The Blitz has been called. The Blitz has been called. Welcome to the evolution of sports radio.
You see, in this industry, just like in life, everything evolves.
Call 256-576-4977 to make your audible for The Blitz.
That man is playing Galaga. Thought we wouldn't notice, but we did.
It's the Afternoon Blitz. Here are your hosts, Captain Cool and the Bandi Man.
Second hour here on the Afternoon Blitz. John Abraham, Captain Cool, alongside the Bandi Man, Bailey Lowry.
Hey.
Welcome in everybody who's just now joining us. If you guys have been with us this entire time, we thank you for having fun with us all these, I want to say all day long, but it's not all day long. It's just 2 hours, okay? It's the span of 2 hours. But thank you very much for anybody who has been listening, for everybody else who is just now joining us. Welcome to the future of sports radio, because we did just have Joe Hunk on in the last hour. He talked a lot about the College World Series. We got into a lot of goofy talk, a little bit of slam ball, and we went on from there. But this second hour is where it's all going to start, launching off into the space and the out of orbit and all that stuff, because we got our top 10 list. We got some stories, and we got a lot of stuff to get into your guys' minds. But before we do any of that stuff, make sure you guys find us online at theblitzsportsradio.com, on Facebook at The Blitz Sports Radio, and on Twitter at @TheBlitz_sports. And since there's no guests in this hour, it's wide open for you guys to be the guests. You can call in at 256-576-4977. And if you forget that number, it's right at the top of my head over on WZZN TV. YouTube, Twitch, you know where to find it, guys. Either way, this second hour is presented by Woody Anderson Ford, the best place
to get the best vehicles
for the best prices. That's right. You drive home in a brand new 2023 Bronco, Mustang, or if you're into trucks, they have a plethora of nice ones for you. Maybe I went through that one a little too much. Either way, head on down to Woody Anderson Ford, talk with Bobby White and his crew, and they will take care of you guys, no doubt about that. And you can find out more information over at WoodyAndersonFord.com. And did you know that if you're driving your, beat up Saturn or your Jeep Patriot or whatever they're called, is it a Gladiator? It might be the Gladiator. And you need to get your car serviced, and you don't know who to go to. Woody Anderson Ford can be those people that you go to get your car fixed up, because they do it all, whether you're a part of their Ford family or not. So head on down, check out their awesome service lanes as well as their amazing selection, and get yourself driving in a new Woody Anderson Ford today. Either way, time to get into the cool stuff, because we got a few things to talk about. Obviously, the NBA draft was last night. We all know who went first. But who went second or third? That's a real question a lot of people wanted to know, because we thought the number 2 would go number 2, but it was actually the number 3 possibility that was going number 2, and it was all just a little bit of a mix mash. On top of that, the NHL is also doing away with some of their themed warm-up uniforms because, I guess, I don't even want to speculate anything. It's just religion stuff. You know how it is. And then also, I got to get into my top 10 list, and maybe I might even finish my triplets or best trios in the NFL, at least on the offensive side. So that's all coming up here on What's Cool.
It's getting hot in here.
So hot in here. That's a spicy meatball.
So it's time to cool down with Captain Cool.
You know what cool is? What? You're looking at it damn straight. So yeah, the NHL is doing away with their themed warm-up team uniforms that they wear prior to the games on those special nights like the Pride Night, the LGBT night, obviously. Also, going to be the Black History Month jerseys that they wear prior to their games. All of the special themed jerseys are going to be gone because of the controversies that happened last season during that 2022-2023 season, because there were players that didn't want to even, wear some of them. Either if it was due to religion, because there's a lot of players that come from out of country, so they deal with stricter religious beliefs, or even just some people who just simply don't want to wear, LGBT rainbow colors and all that stuff, to each their own. But they're taking it completely out. They're not getting rid of the Pride Day or the Pride uniform, or not the Pride uniform, the Pride Night festivities, because they're still going to be doing that. They're just completely taking out any of the distractions on top of that, and that came from NHL Commissioner Gary Bettman. And, what we saw last season, you look at some of the players that, had a problem with some of these uniforms, and it mainly does stem from the pride. It's just, you hate to see it, but at the same time, you have to understand it, because, again, you got to respect religion, just like you have to respect somebody's decisions to be who they want to be, And what we saw last year was whenever, I believe it was the Flames defenseman, Ivan Provorov, I got his name. Whenever he chose not to wear the Pride unis, and it was all just a big, it was a big story for not really a big reason. It's like, it's a simple thing. It's like, he didn't want to do it because of his religion. You shouldn't make a story out of it, because it's literally just based off of his religious beliefs. He doesn't want to wear it, he's not going to wear it. That's totally fine. But now they're going to, look at it a different way and be like, well, we could just do away with this situation altogether, make it less of a distraction, because a lot of people say that, it was just a distraction whenever players had to sit out. Like the Stahl brothers also, they had to sit out, or they chose to sit out during some of those warm-ups, as well as some other players in the NHL. And now they're just going to be gone. They're just going to be totally gone. And it's a little upsetting, because I do like some of those uniforms that they wore prior to the games, but I always wish that the uniforms they wore prior to the games, they also wore during the games. I like all of those crazy customized, uniforms that were really specific to those nights. That's how I feel like more people would possibly get into those NHL games. I get it. They probably auction those off, but make it like the Huntsville Havoc do. Play the whole game with those sick, just top-tier uniforms, and then sell them off either way after the game.
Yeah.
I think that would be awesome. It'd also bring a lot more people, a lot more eyes to the NHL, who, if you guys haven't known, has gone down in TV ratings as of the last few years. And another reason would be probably because they're not sending their best players to the Olympics, but that's just besides the fact, okay? That's just a totally different thing. Either way, last night was the NBA draft. Bandi, we're going to be quick with this. I know there's a lot to talk about with this whole story, but I do want to get into my top 10. We can continue with this stuff on Monday. But surprise, surprise, the Spurs get the 7'4" prodigy Victor Wembanyama with the first pick in the NBA draft. That one we all knew was going to happen, okay? It's the same with Bernard in the NHL scene, okay? He's going to go first. Everybody wanted to either tank for Wembanyama, or in the NHL, it was Bernard. This guy is just out of this world, okay? He's totally just something crazy, all right? But what interested me was the Hornets that snagged Brandon Miller out of Alabama second, which, Brandon Miller's a spectacular player, don't get me wrong, but it's like, you would have thought, I would have thought, Bandi, you definitely would have thought that Scoot Henderson would probably be the better pickup for the Hornets instead of him having to go to the Trailblazers, which it's going to be perfect for the Trailblazers because they love this. This is perfect for them.
I mean, hey. I don't know what they're going to do with Damian Lillard. He needs to get out of there, honestly. Every time I think of Portland, I just think Damian Lillard just kind of he needs to get out.
There's more and more reasons for him to leave.
I want him to be free.
Yeah. No.
Respectful that he's loyal, but he needs to be free if he wants to win a ring.
He does.
He's not going to win one in Portland.
No.
But honestly, expected Brandon Miller to go number 2 in the draft. Like it really did seem like Charlotte really had their eyes on Brandon Miller.
Yeah.
Like all the time just leading up to the draft, really had. Excuse me.
You're good.
Really had high praises for him in the pre-workouts and his little warm-up session with Michael Jordan, which he said he airballed a free throw and kind of threw jabs at the GOAT.
That's how you got to do it.
Which I think, honestly, that's either one of the worst ways to get a team to draft you or one of the best ways, depending on who's behind the phone.
Yeah, I think Michael Jordan, honestly, is the best person to do that with because the man is competitive.
Yeah.
He's gonna make fun of you, but I mean, if you talking, if you like all that stuff, you show you got the game as well. I mean, he's going to show some respect back to you because I mean, he probably doesn't want to be looked at like he is some just godly being. He just wants to be looked at like one of the greatest basketball players to ever do it.
Yeah.
So it's like you still got to treat him like a human being at times. And human beings are bros at times. Like me and you, Bandi. I don't really throw jabs at you too. Well, no. I would say I throw way more jabs at you than you do to me. I will say. On accident. Sometimes it's just me goofing around. But I think Brandon Miller, he's got some things to work on. I think more than Scoot Henderson, especially just diving into the paint with the ball and finishing off his layups and all that stuff. But outside of that, he's got a decent mid game. He's got a really good long game. It's just he does have some other things that he's going to have to work on. And I think that the Hornets may have saw the potential in him for him to be a star player in the next, I'd say, 2 or 3 seasons. But, I mean, it's basketball. You never know what's going to happen. But the really cool thing came out of the Thompson brothers being drafted in the first 10 picks, which, by the way, Amen and Azar. What are these names, man? Either way, they're twins, and they were drafted one after the other directly after the first 3 picks. So 4 and then 5, and these guys are into it, and it's just wonderful to see happen. And then I'll break down the rest of them for you real quick, and then we'll move on. But yeah, Amen Thompson is going to the Houston Rockets. The Pistons got Azar. Bandi, can you say it for me? Azar. It's Ausar. Azar.
Let me go to ESPN.
I'm gonna say it's Azar. Or we could just call him Czar, but we already got a Czar in here.
All right, draft.
Czar Thompson. He's from the Overtime Elite. But he's going to the Detroit Pistons. Orlando Magic get Anthony Black. What?
Alsar?
Is it, though? Alsar. It could be Alsar.
Thompson?
It could be Alsar. Orlando Magic get Anthony Black from Arkansas. Good pickup for them. The Wizards, via the Pacers, get this one also is another one. Bilal Koulibaly from France.
Probably about as good as anyone could do right there.
Yeah, the Indiana Pacers get Jarvis Walker from Houston, and the Utah Jazz get Taylor Hendricks from UCF. And then finishing off the top 10, the Thunder get Cason Wallace from Kentucky. So good little picks right there. A bunch of future talent coming into the NBA. Can't wait to see all that stuff go on. But since I've already gone over, I'm never going to be able to go into the rest of well, I'll leave it for another day then. You know what? Because I got to get into my list because, guys, today, it's not just any list, okay? We're getting up to a year on this show.
We're getting close.
And if you remember, 1 year ago, or around 1 year ago, I did a list about the top 10 soundtracks in Madden games because I really love those soundtracks. My favorite has to come out of 2009. Absolutely wonderful. 2012 is right after it. But today, since I've gotten so much into NHL as of late, even though I've been playing it longer than I've been playing Madden, longer than I've probably been playing any other sports game in my life, I'm going to do the top 10 soundtracks from those games. But not in order. They're just going to be in their own. But I got music for you guys to listen to as well. So, I'm going to turn on some tunes in the car for you while you're going down the road. But first things first, we're going through NHL 2004. Now,
okay.
I never played this game, and it also had an Atlanta Thrasher on it. So I just want to see exactly what they got going in this this little soundtrack. So I'm gonna just tap on this song. Let's make sure this isn't gonna blow out everybody's ears either. That song is, I don't even know. It pulled up the entire thing earlier, so I want to make sure I can do that. That song's just still playing in the background. Look at me screwing things up. Prior to this one has the soundtrack. I don't know why this one doesn't. I'm just gonna. Oh, there it is. Okay, now I got it. So this game, NHL 2004, I had a bunch of different songs from Alien Ant Farm, which we love them.
Oh my God.
That's what they got. Hey, Bandi, you're gonna get a theme from a lot of this stuff. Clockwork from Autopilot Off. Okay. Dude, they had Deftones. Okay.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, this was in this game? Dude, I gotta get this game for me in summer and just have this one on repeat right here. That's awesome. Who else do they have that we may know of? Yeah, I mean, yeah, Bowling for Soup, Punk Rock 101. Bandi, you know any of these songs?
Let's see, if it's from NHL 21.
2004.
Oh, 2004.
2004. This is way back. This is old Deftones. And I love that song. I personally really like that song. But, all right. Bandi, we're moving on already because NHL 2006 is next. This one had some bangers in it, okay? Fallout Boy?
Oh, yeah. Our lawyer made us change the name of the song so he wouldn't get sued.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I know. I love that one.
Exactly. And then we got Pennywise Knocked Down. Dude, you see me jamming in the back. It's to this type of music right here. NHL 2006, have not played that one either. It's surprising, but it's how it is. So next one is NHL 09, which I actually played 2K9 way more than I played NHL 09. And yes, 2K used to make hockey games. I think 2K9 might have been their last game that they made. I think it also had Ovechkin on the cover, but they had Airborne, they had Running Wild. I love that. I love that so much. They're all just so nostalgic, even though they had 9 in the Afternoon by Panic at the Disco. Wonderful song right there. Yeah, I mean, this one was not as much like music that I really know of, but NHL 03 is next in Bandi. This was the first NHL game that I ever played, and I ever played franchise mode on it, and let me tell you, the bops in this song are out of this world. Let me find the song that I wanna play for you real quick, because it is the one that I've been listening to nonstop. Dude, I just imagine 5-year-old me. Not blonde hair, of course. Wonderful music from this game.
Just jamming out.
Papa Roach also. I love it. This Showstopper by Million. I mean, this game, going back to the times when I used to play with my brother, this was the start of something I didn't know would take off as much as it did. But it was really, every single time you score a goal, Bandi, if you're playing franchise mode, if you're playing anything with me when it comes to hockey, you got to give it a little dap right after the goal, okay? A high five. What me and my brother used to do is we used to do this because, we were super young. We had these, things. I don't know exactly. We took our time with the celebration, and we just did this. It was boom, and then we turned the other way. So it was just like boom, boom. Yeah. It was sick. It was solid, and that song or that game has bops in their soundtrack. And that Jimmy Eats World song, Sweetness, golly, it came on my feed the other day, and I was just like, whoa, taken back. I was like, this is the only time I heard this song was back in this game. Whenever I used to play it back in 2005 and stuff like that. NHL 2010 comes out next, and let's see what they got in there, because this is another one that I never got to play too much. Know Your Enemy by Green Day. Wonderful. They had Burn It to the Ground.
Oh, Nickelback, all right.
Exactly. That's the type of year it was. Papa Roach was in a lot of these games. Into the Light.
Man, when are people going to realize that actually Nickelback wasn't bad?
They weren't. And, I mean, Spider-Man was the reason that I loved Nickelback because the end credits in that movie. But Into the Light by Papa Roach. Scorpions. Just a bop.
Yeah, Rock You Like a Hurricane?
Yeah. Just all of that stuff, great stuff over there. Now we're getting into games that I actually did start playing again, and like NHL 2011. 2011, what can I say? The music in this game, I'm not really a fan of. They had some good stuff, but a lot of it was just like the gameplay for me was the actual thing that I liked. Like, I can't even name half of these bands that are in here. Here we go, the Black Keys.
Yeah, this is a 2K.
This one's in a lot of the games. This one's like all over. It's public domain at this point. Oh, sorry, Bandi, I forgot about this one. Sandstorm.
Darude.
It's like the only. Well, pull it for my Valentine. Pretty good stuff as well. We're gonna get so many strikes. I just well, I mean, I'm talking over most of it.
You're playing them enough.
Now, looking at NHL 07, this game actually, I just learned that it was on the PlayStation Portable, which I only have one game on the PlayStation Portable that is a hockey game, and it's Gretzky 06. This game looks 10 times better than Gretzky 06, and it was only made a year later for the PlayStation Portable. I, again, have never played this game before. I literally skipped from 2003 all the way up to 2K9, but it had Pilot Speed, Barely Listening. Just all, like, I don't know why. Whoever was picking these soundtracks just knew exactly what they were picking. Gatsby, American Dream. And then Anti-Flag, This Is the End. Wonderful. Wonderful stuff. That game, I got to go back. Now we're looking at some old stuff. 2002. We're going all the way to 2002. Bandi, what were some of your bands back in 2002 you thinking of?
I was 5.
Thinking about the Smashing Pumpkins?
Yeah.
I got two sounds going. The Killers? Oh, and
yeah, when you were young.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Guitar Hero songs.
It's a lot of rock songs. That's all NHL was. The Middle by Jimmy Eats World.
Yep.
It just takes some time. Wonderful stuff. Wonderful stuff. And then I'm going to do, how about Fall Back Down by Rancid? No idea what the song is. They have a lot of songs on this. Blink, okay, they have Damn It, Blink 182.
Good song.
There's 60-something songs on that playlist. That is long. That is way too long. NHL 2005 is next, and this is right before number 1. Well, technically number 10 if you want to just go by, because we're not actually putting these in any certain order. I would put some games above the others, but 2005 had, who we got here? Franz Ferdinand? See, this is why.
This was in every sports game.
This is why John thought that, oh crap, what was the name of that song? Burning Down or...
This Fire.
This Fire, yeah. Whenever he thought that song was in a hockey game, this is why he thought about it, because Franz Ferdinand sings that song. Take me out. Again, a song that is in a lot of hockey games. This one's in a lot of them.
It's been like in 2 different Maddens at least.
I don't know this one. How about Orpheus by Ash? I don't know. I've never heard Orpheus.
Orpheus?
That's a weird name. Yeah, Orpheus. There you go.
Hey, that's a persona.
Totally missed out on that one. Now, the next one is going to be NHL 21, and it will be the last one. And I, again, wish that I could play these songs a little bit longer just so we could jam out to them. But I played was it 21? No. I think I played 20, and then I skipped 21, played 22, and now I'm playing 23. Oh, that's upsetting, because there is one song I really wanted to play from 20 that I loved. All right. We'll see what we got here. Okay, we got Friday Pilots Club. We got Idols. We got there's just here you go. Gotta have some Oliver Tree. That's what they've been doing recently. They got People by the 1975. And then they got Strawberry Lipstick by Young Blood. I just think of the cat meme. That's just like the cat in the background just bobbing his head. But yeah, back in like 2018, there was a bunch of other songs that I was just like, I love so much. And I'm upset that they're not on this list, but we got through quite a bit. And also, I got to take a little trip down memory lane and play a little bit of NHL 2003 songs because that one brings me back every single time. And you know what? I think we can just end out this segment listening to this wonderful song right here. Whoa! So don't go anywhere, guys, because when we come back, the E-play-by-play with the Bandi Man here on the Afternoon Blitz.
The Blitz has been called.
What's better than Valley Equipment Rental? 2 Valley Equipment Rentals, and that's just what we have now. The original on the South Memorial Parkway between Drake and Airport Road, and their second location on North Memorial Parkway just north of Winchester Road. Valley Equipment is locally owned and has more skid steers, excavators, and lifts than anyone in the area, plus all the small tools that you need to get the job done like a pro. And if you are a pro, you need to check out the new North location now because Valley Equipment has what you need. Learn more at valleyequipmentrents.com.
TOC Sports has been there for you. Now, you're probably asking yourself, what does that mean? It means for more than 20 years, Alabama's largest orthopedic group has been there providing coverage and care to more schools and student athletes in the Tennessee Valley than any other group. It means whether you are the star football player, the all-region volleyball ace, or someone who hurt their knee in a weekend pickup basketball game, TOC Sports physicians are proud to have the opportunity to care for all your orthopedic needs. It means for parents, coaches, athletes, desk jockeys, or even weekend warriors, TOC Sports physicians continue to meet and exceed the orthopedic and sports medicine needs of our community. But most importantly, during these challenging times, we're here for you now and will continue to be here. So as long as there are players on the field, games to be played, and contests to be won, the orthopedic specialists from TOC Sports will be ready to help. We don't know what the future holds, but you can count on the TOC Sports team to stay committed to you so you can stay in the game. Call 256-539-2728 today and ask to see a TOC Sports physician. Check them out online, also Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Normally, when you call a roofing company, all you hear is, you need a new roof. Not when you call Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Since 1965, the folks at Fleming have been focused on what you need, whether it's an easy repair or a full roof replacement, commercial or residential. And when it comes to storm damage, you want Fleming on your side. They know all the ins and outs of insurance claims and will guide you through the entire process. Log on FlemingHSV.com and book your free estimate today. Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
Do you have discomfort in your legs? Varicose veins can affect not only how your legs look, but how they feel. Symptoms of varicose veins include pain, swelling, aching, heaviness, and fatigue. Dr. Tracy Lowry of Best Vein Care of Huntsville can diagnose and treat your varicose veins with the latest minimally invasive techniques. Diagnosis and treatment is covered by most insurances. Call 256-715-7151 to schedule your free screening. Go to bestveincarehuntsville.com.
This is Wes Neighbors talking to Chris Haygood of Bob Wallace Appliance. Chris, what sets you apart from other appliance dealerships?
Wes, these appliances are going into the most used room in your house, your kitchen. The way we have these appliances displayed, it's easy for you to visualize how they'll look in your home. Wes, what sets us apart is the people. They're well trained. In fact, they live and breathe these appliances. And if you need service, you'll really appreciate our parts department.
Contact Bob Wallace Appliance at 256-533-2121.
Are you in the market for a recreational vehicle? Do you want to get out and see more of this beautiful country? Well, imagine hearing the laughter of your little ones enjoying gooey s'mores by a cozy campfire and making lasting memories with your friends and family from the comfort of a new camper. We can make your dreams come true at Hall's RV. With over 15 years in the camping business, we know how to get our customers into the perfect camper. We have several models and floor plans here for you to choose from, both new and used. We're family owned and operated with fantastic deals and great service. Everyone wants to work with people they can trust, so come on down to Hall's RV and get the deal of a lifetime. We'll treat you right and get you on the road in the camper of your dreams. Visit us on Highway 431 in Albertville. Hall's RVs, where we sell fun. Or see us on the web at www.hallsrvsales.com.
There are those among us when disaster strikes and seconds count, they rush in. Where would Huntsville and America be without them? They're our military and our first responders, and at Woody Anderson Ford, we salute them. Hey folks, Bobby White back again for Woody Anderson Ford, where all military personnel and all first responders get an extra $1,000 appreciation cash on top of all other offers. This offer is good through July 5th and can include an extra $1,000 bonus cash on 2023 F-150 and Bronco Sport, $1,500 cash back on 23 Edge, and $2,000 cash back on 23 Explorers. These offers are available for everyone with good credit through Ford Motor Credit, but military and first responders get an additional $1,000 appreciation cash. Our way of saying thank you for having our back. Woody Anderson Ford, over 60 years of serving those that serve us. Hope to see you soon.
The Blitz has been called.
See, it just feels right. Because you came back to Franz Ferdinand, I'm coming back to Hi-Fi Rush.
Oh, yeah. I think it's
One
perfect.
instance, but, you know.
Both songs could be in an NHL game one day. Never know.
Would you say they're kind of our themes?
Yeah.
For what we come into?
I would totally say that this fire, or whatever it's called, would definitely be my theme, yeah. You know what? That actually might be my theme for this year's POG baseball game.
POG base for Pinky Out game?
Yeah.
That'll be your walkout?
I'm thinking it's going to be my walkout. It's got a nice start. And also I can connect it over to the afternoon Blitz, so maybe get a nice little video of me walking out and then just post it on the Blitz.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, we should definitely do that. Either way.
This hour is also brought to you by Woody Anderson Ford, the best place.
To get the best vehicles.
For the best prices.
That's right. You can head on down right now to Woody Anderson Ford and pick yourself up a brand new Ford Bronco 2023, a Mustang 2023, or possibly, if you're into trucks, any of the amazing trucks they have, like the F-150, the Maverick, and the always reliable Ranger. Head on down, talk with Bobby White and his crew, and they will get you guys hooked up in your new vehicle today. And you can also look them up online at WoodyAndersonFord.com.
That's right, but we've gone through the sports talk.
Ooh.
We've talked a little bit.
We've talked a little bit. We have talked a little bit.
I was trying to think about what sport to bring up first. Talked a little bit of NFL, tiny bit.
A little bit of college football.
A little bit of college football.
College baseball.
NBA draft.
NBA draft, yes.
A lot of college baseball with Joe Hung.
A lot of college baseball, yeah. No college football, sorry.
Did not like LSU.
Did not like LSU, probably because they beat Tennessee just a little bit ago.
But now it's time to hit the video game news, because right now Activision Blizzard, the FTC, and Microsoft are going at it in court.
Nice.
And a lot of stuff's being revealed really that we didn't really know throughout the console's history. Like the whole console wars thing, Phil Spencer shed some light on that, and it turns out Xbox has been losing.
Yeah.
Like
the entire time.
The entire time.
It's not really a war if you never win one battle.
Like consistently sitting third behind both Nintendo and Sony. And on top of that, Activision Blizzard CEO Bobby Kotick actually demanded a bigger revenue share just to even put Call of Duty on Xbox.
Sheesh. Well.
One other big reveal as well, but at the same time, I'm not going to give Sony credit. I'm going to give Insomniac credit.
Okay.
Because Insomniac Games truly knocked it out of the park with Marvel Spider-Man 2018, having finally wrapped it up. I'm now in the 100% phase to where I just want to complete the game 100%.
Oh, yeah.
Get all the side stuff done. But right now, one of the biggest factors is the suits. And that's going to be my top 10 list for today. I'm going to be ranking my top 10 personal favorite suits.
Nice.
In Marvel Spider-Man Remastered. So there is no list to look up, Captain Cool.
Okay.
Because it's not on the internet.
That's why you didn't respond to me when I asked. I now have just the wiki up of all the suits.
It all came from my brain. That
Nice.
is all coming up here on the Play-by-Play.
Time to catch up on esports with Play-by-Play with the Bandi Man.
So now transitioning over into this ongoing court case that's going on right now. I mean, this all stems from Microsoft wanting to acquire Activision Blizzard. And now that they're battling in court because the FTC has blocked the deal, essentially, they've now taken it to court. And a lot has really come out regarding the history. And I mentioned it before, but I mean, Xbox has been sitting in third place really since their first console with the Xbox One, because they came in very late. They came in late into the game.
Yeah.
Because what you had in the early 90s, early days of gaming, I mean, you had the NES, you had the SNES, Nintendo getting their foot in the door first in the video game market.
Yeah.
Then you had Sony taking their own stab at a console when, I mean, Nintendo wanted to have an expansion to the SNES, and that came with the idea of doing a CD-ROM. Because this was after the idea of Sega coming out with their own console and then creating their own mascot with Sonic. That that was the first rivalry in gaming right there. This is all gaming history.
And we all know what happens with the CD-ROM story.
Yeah, didn't really work out. So you know what? Sony took it upon themselves. Well, it's like, hey, why don't we just make this our own console? And so their first PlayStation, the first CD-based console, was created.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, it sold like hotcakes.
Oh yeah.
So next generation of consoles comes out. We get the GameCube, we get the PlayStation 2, and then we get the Xbox Series 1. Like the very first Xbox.
The very first. It's just the Xbox.
Just the Xbox.
Which came out, I think it was 2002 at this point. Yeah, 2002. Which it means it came out a little bit later than both of the, I guess the GameCube came out in 2004. Nintendo's always been in a weird little loop.
Yeah, it's a weird schedule. We're always like, Xbox and PlayStation will release at the same time, and then Nintendo's like 2 years later.
Even at that time.
And it's somehow even less powerful hardware.
Yeah, even at that time, it was weird because it was like the PlayStation 2 was pretty much just the competitor to the Xbox original, even though the Xbox original had way better hardware at that time, because the PlayStation 2 was pretty much just it was at its later half of the year, or its later half of its lifespan.
Yeah.
But then obviously 2006 comes and we get some great consoles.
Yeah, and that was a great time for gaming, because that really was, I would say, one of the most competitive times in gaming when it came to market, because that's when PlayStation themselves had their own mascots and just exclusive characters. I mean, you had Crash Bandicoot, you had Spyro the Dragon, you had, going into PlayStation 2, Jack and Daxter. You just had just a lot of consistently good games. I mean, God of War started coming out, God of War 1 and 2, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, God of War 1 and 2. And then Microsoft on the other side coming out with, Halo.
Halo, and also, they started doing the competitor to Gran Turismo, which was Forza.
Yeah.
Back then, Forza was amazing. So, it still is, of course, as it goes on to its 8th game now in the main series, and then also it has 5 games in the Horizon series too. So you can see the success from that. And on top of that, there was also I'm trying to remember the big exclusives back then outside of Halo. That's the tough thing. That's the tough thing.
When they were just getting started, it's tough.
Yeah.
You go on into the 360 era, you then get some even banger exclusives. You still have Banjo-Kazooie because they acquired Rareware. You got Conker from Conker's Bad Fur Day. You got Marcus Phoenix from Gears of War. You got the Mass Effect characters, pretty much any BioWare character. Yeah. So you got so much more to pick from. And then from the PlayStation 3, it's still the same thing. You now have Nathan Drake on PlayStation now. The Uncharted series was off to a fantastic start. You now got Square Enix under your wing, so Final Fantasy. Let's see. Kratos still, because God of War 3 was an absolute banger of a game.
Yeah, and on top of that, also
Joel and Ellie, because Last of Us Part 1.
I can't believe that came out on the PlayStation 3.
2013, dude.
That's insane. Also, you're forgetting Killzone.
Yeah, Killzone.
Always forgetting Killzone. It was a great game.
Sony's forgotten Killzone.
Yeah, everybody has forgotten Killzone, it seems.
I would like for another developer to take a stab at a Killzone game. I think it's been long enough.
It only took one game to really kill that series, and even I had a lot of fun with the PlayStation Portable games out of that series, and even the PlayStation Vita game that came out was really cool. It was fun to have online play on a game that was way better than the weird version of Call of Duty Black Ops that you got on that console. So, what are you looking at?
Just some more testimony here from Sarah Bond. I mean, it's like, well, for one, they went on to talk about their actual pledge to putting Call of Duty on Switch, and she did shed some more light in that it actually would work on the Switch. It's just they would need more time and resources to actually scale down the assets and the models to make pretty much a performance mode for Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah.
But they're saying it could work on the hardware. They just need actual time to do it. But they did commit to their pledge for Call of Duty being on Nintendo consoles for the next 10 years. And we also did get a little bit of a confirm that Indiana Jones is going to be an Xbox and PC exclusive.
Really?
Yep.
Huh.
And that was actually fought over, too.
I wonder if it'll be anything like Uncharted. Possibly like an Uncharted Xbox version.
On top of, Minecraft doesn't have a PS5 version because Sony didn't send Microsoft dev kits. So if you've ever wondered why there was a little bit of a lack of time for a PlayStation port, actually, wait a minute. It's still not one today, is it? Let me check. Did Minecraft ever actually just natively drop on the PlayStation 5?
I'm not sure. I mean, they might have used the PlayStation 4 version.
No.
It never did?
It never did. No, it's only on PlayStation 4.
Wow.
Okay. That explains a lot. So it just flat out does not have a PlayStation 5 version because Sony never sent Microsoft dev kits.
That's their fault.
And they didn't want the competition to have access, to their hardware for the time.
Yeah.
In a quote, Phil Spencer said Sony was reluctant to send us development kits for the PlayStation 5 at the same time they were sending them to other developers, which put us at a disadvantage relative to, other developers. I think Sony could have sent the development kits to Microsoft just as easy as they sent them to any other publisher. They were sending them to the direct competition. That's why they were reluctant to send it. But at the same time, they're trying to get the game on your platform. It's already on PlayStation 4. You're just withholding the game from PlayStation 5 users.
Yeah, that just means you're going to miss out on a big, big income from gamers because a lot of people still play Minecraft.
That is true. But now, it's time to get into the list.
Nice.
Done talking about the trial. It's now time to give praise to Insomniac.
Let's do it.
Because, by God, was Spider-Man 2018 a fantastic game. Finally able to play it on PC, as well as Miles Morales. Haven't finished Miles Morales yet.
Okay.
Haven't even really gotten started in it. But I'm in the 100% phase of Spider-Man Remastered, and I'm going to list my personal favorite suits from the game.
Okay. I'm looking forward to what you got because I've just seen the list, and it is absolutely humongous.
Yeah, we got a lot of suits.
Yeah.
Starting with number 10, the classic suit Repaired.
Okay.
I think this is a good starting off point for Insomniac Peter Parker. Yeah. Just the iconic look for Spider-Man. One of the first suits you get. It gets fully repaired after you're done in battle, and then, you get the advanced suit. But honestly, I like the small spider in the middle, while still keeping the very traditional design that Spider-Man's known for.
Yeah, and it's weird looking back at it now because it does look a little weird.
Yeah.
It's weird because it's like you don't see all of the Spider-Man elements as much. And then it really makes you think is like this actually just looks straight up like a suit. Like this guy's just wearing a suit. Whereas other Spider-Mans, it's like it looks like Spider-Man is, Spider-Man, even though it just looks like a guy in the Spider-Man suit.
Number 9, the Into the Spider-Verse suit.
Oh, okay.
So, of course, when the movie came out, they had to give they didn't have to, but it was like a no-brainer to give Peter Parker a suit based on the look of Peter Parker from the movie.
Yeah.
And by God, it translates very well in game.
It's perfect. It is a Sony game, and it is a Sony movie, so of course it's going to be like a one-to-one representation of that suit.
Mm-hmm.
And I love it. I love the lines. I love the way that the shadows go off of it. All of it is just like so perfect compared to how the movie did it.
It really looks like it was ripped straight from the movie.
It does. It does.
Number 8, the Negative suit. Now, this is a full-on, reverse, black and white Spider-Man suit, but it's like glow in the dark, too.
Yeah.
It's like if Spider-Man got corrupted by Mr. Negative.
Pretty much.
And the reason I have it up at number 8 and up this high on my list is because this is my favorite suit to swing around at night with.
Oh.
By far.
Does it reflect off of stuff?
It glows in the dark.
Really?
It looks fantastic.
Yeah, it looks cool just looking at it. Just Spider-Man with odd, combinations is awesome. But then when you add something negative to it, to where it will have a weird glow, it'll look completely unrealistic. but that's whenever it looks the best. I gotta admit.
It kind of reminds me if Spider-Man would get, if like a Spider-Man got like an anti-venom variant, you know, like
Yeah.
let's say like you're putting him in a fighting game and you want to put like a color palette based off anti-venom. This is kind of like what you would go with.
Yeah, I agree.
Maybe not as luminescent.
Yeah, it's a little bright. It's burning my reticles, but it works.
Number 7, the dark suit. Now,
I gotta look at which the dark suit is.
the dark suit is, I mean, Miles Morales is one of my favorite Spider-Man of all time.
Okay.
And this is about as close as you're gonna get to having his suit in the game without mods.
Yeah.
Is the dark suit. I mean, red and black being one of my favorite color schemes. I love the coloration. I actually like the small eyes. That kind of makes it look more like a tactical visor in a way. The thing that irks me, and that keeps it from being in the top 5, is the spider, like the giant red spider in the middle.
Yeah. It's almost like it's supposed to be, instead of a out of this world spider, it's just a what is it called? A Black Widow. So it's like it's pretty much just like the Black Widow with some random lines across it that make it look kind of like a spider, but it's not a spider because, well, I mean, I guess you could say that it might have 8 legs. I mean, kind of. Yeah, it's because they're connected. That's why it looks like it's only 4 legs. Okay.
Number 6, the stealth suit.
Hey.
Now, this is my second favorite suit to swing around at nighttime with because, I mean, the glow-in-the-dark green on the back and the coloration works really well. It looks kind of futuristic in a way.
Yeah.
A little bit tech with the spider even going all the way down like the pants a little bit. But I think it works incredibly well.
Yeah, I love this one a lot, and I even have a pop of this one
really?
as well. And it glows in the dark, Bandi, so I get to see Spider-Man's eyes looking at me whenever I wake up in the middle of my pitch black room.
Oh, that's fantastic.
It's spooky. It's right next to the creeper.
Right next to the creeper.
He also glows in the dark.
All right, let's see. Number 5. All right, heads up for this next one. If you have not played Spider-Man 2018 for yourself, this next suit is going to be spoiler territory. So if you have not played the game and don't want to be spoiled on its main story, recommend muting for roughly about a minute.
Just turn us off. Just go do something else.
Just kind of put us on mute for like a minute and come back, and you'll be like you'll meet up right with us at number 4.
Yeah.
But number 5, the anti-Ox suit. Now, this suit Peter creates himself. This is an Insomniac original suit that Peter creates himself to fight Doc Ock in the final boss fight. And the power you get from it is incredible. I love the black and yellow on it. Like the yellow spider in the middle that actually works on this one compared to the dark suit because I mean it covers the whole chest plate. And it's supposed to be more armor than anything.
It looks like a spider, too. It looks like an actual spider that would have bit him instead of, just a 4-legged spider. But, no, I understand what you're saying. This one's sick. The colors are awesome. They work well together, even though I hate me some yellow and black, Bandi. You know this. But I
know, Pittsburgh.
I also love it because of the Boston Bruins, so I can't be dogging it too much.
All right, number 4. You're going to like this next pick.
Okay.
Kind of cool. Number 4, Spider-Man 2099.
Hey.
The Spider-Man 2099 black suit. Specifically.
Okay. So yeah, I actually haven't found the black suit on this one this list that I'm looking at.
Well, it's a normal 2099 suit.
Oh, it's
That's
just
what they call it. Yeah. The blue they call it the black suit, but it's the blue and the red. And also if you've now unmuted us, welcome back.
Welcome back, everybody.
Number 4, Spider-Man 2099. And yeah, but it looks like it was ripped out of the comics.
It does.
It's great.
It looks amazing. I mean, I can't really say anything else about it. I love it in the movie, I will say, a little bit more than I love it in this because it looks a little bit more, I don't know, like a toy pretty much, but it does look sick. The colors, they make me want to do backflips. And also, thank you, Insomnia, for adding 2 2099 suits.
Yeah, these next 3 suits, though, probably without mods, are my most used suits when I was playing the game.
Yeah.
Number 3, the Spider-Man 2099 white suit.
There you go.
The white suit looks incredible.
It doesn't look like it's from 2099. It looks like it's from 3099. It looks awesome, dude.
Yeah, the white and the red, like the blade still being red. It looks just so good.
Yeah, really good detail. Really good detail. And honestly, this would be the 97.7 ESPN The Zone Spider-Man if we had a Spider-Man here.
Oh. That'd be our Spider-Man.
That's what I'm gonna say because it's got all the colors: white, black, and red.
Yeah,
it's gotta have red.
Number 2 is 100% my personal bias. The web suit. Now the web suit is a downloadable suit that was based. I mean, you don't need to look this up, Captain Cool. You're gonna know which one it is exactly as I describe it.
Okay.
It was based off Sam Raimi's Tobey Maguire suit.
Right. I'm looking at it right now.
Yep. And I'd say trying to recreate the suit put into the game, they did a pretty dang good job.
Yeah. It looks really good.
I love the Tobey Maguire movies. I love the web suit itself. I love the web Spider-Man. The first Spider-Man I actually saw on the big screen.
Yeah.
And it stuck with me.
Yeah. Insomnia.
My second most used suit. My second favorite.
I love just the addition of all the different types of Spider-Man because it really is just like it's a history. It's the history of the Spider-Man suits through this game, and I love it so much.
Number one.
What do we got? What do we got? Undies?
As coined by no, that's on my. That's like at the very bottom of my list.
It's pretty bad.
But as Russian Badger on YouTube would call him, the super spicy, sarcastic super jerk, the vintage comic book suit.
Yeah.
They knocked it out of the park with this one.
Looks like it's out of a totally different game.
The cell shading, 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Like the little lines and stuff that look like just little comic book line marks on like the thighs and the knees. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, and I mean
everything about it.
It's literally the exact same as the classic suit, but it's in that cool like cell shaded style that makes it look a little bit more video game-ish and just makes it overall look way better than just a regular man in a suit.
Yeah, and like what you're doing when you're playing through the game, like as just like in a regular suit. I mean, it's got that realistic look. Like it looks clean. When you're playing through the game in this, it looks like he just came out of the portal in Spider-Verse, and you have no idea how he got here.
Yeah, yeah, it's totally different.
And the best part is his suit power are just quips.
That's all they are?
Insult your enemy's pride. Unlocked at level 41.
Okay. Does it piss him off or anything?
No, I mean, it's just Yuri Lowenthal just insulting everyone he fights.
All right. Well, you got to love that.
That's why you got to do it in this suit, because you just become a 1960s super sarcastic Spider-Man.
I love that. That's great.
And it's great. I absolutely love it. It's definitely my favorite suit in the game.
Very nice, Bandy. I like that list very much. I don't think you left out any that I really liked. There have been ones that I've added in that are a little too like armored like
yeah.
They look a little bit too much like Iron Man, which I understand, like
like Tom
Holland and all that stuff, but like
Tom Holland,
the Spider Armor Mark 1, like all of these ones from the Turf Wars even, and I know I love that comic and I love the suit in Spider-Man 64, but the way they make it look here, it looks very clunky. It looks like Spider-Man would probably be ripping through all of his webs, but yeah, he just looks like a cinder block ready to fall. Or an anvil. He looks like an anvil. That's what he looks like. Either way, good list, Bandy. We got to hop into a break, because when we come back, we're going to close out this show, close out the week, and just say goodbye. That's all coming up here on the Afternoon Blitz.
The Blitz has been called.
Heary, heary! If you want freedom and independence from those high temperatures and those high utility bills, there's only one place to give a ring to, and that is Talent Heating and Air. Thomas with us from Talent Heating and Air. And Thomas, you've got the independence and the declaration to give customers those breaks.
That's right. We're offering free second opinions and service calls starting at $17.76.
$17.76 for those service calls. And there's only one phone number to call, and that is
256-503-4490.
It's Talent Heating and Air. You can also find them online at
talenthvac.com.
That's Talent Heating and Air, giving you the independence and freedom on this 4th of July from those high temperatures and high utility bills.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
A wise man once said, if you take care of old folks and children, everything in the middle will take care of itself.
Hi, I'm Danny Aldridge, lawyer in Alabama and Tennessee. In the next 20 years, the number of those folks over 65 years of age will more than double. In our golden years, the most important goal is to be treated with dignity and have control over doing what makes you grateful with those you love. At the Aldridge Law Firm and the Legal Town Center, we're dedicated to help you with these goals, and we'll be there when life throws you those inevitable curveballs. Let us assist you with your legal needs, whatever they may be or become. You may reach us by phone at 256-534-3188 or online with Dan at danaldridgelaw.com. Just remember, we're here to help. Whether it's personal injury, wrongful death, fraud and cheat, or estate planning made complete, we're here to help.
Great food and the best live entertainment is what it's all about at the Furniture Factory Bar and Grill. Head to downtown Huntsville every Tuesday for karaoke on the only outdoor karaoke stage in North Alabama. Thursday night is the Valley's longest running and biggest bike night. Food and drink specials, giveaways, and live music on the patio. And the Furniture Factory menu is fully loaded with options from steaks to salads, plus a whole lot more. Featuring a weekday happy hour that starts at 3. 619 Meridian Street, downtown Huntsville, and online at FurnitureFactoryBarGrill.com.
These days, saving time is important, and saving money is even more so. That's where Eagle Masonry and Insulation comes in. Over the years, Eagle has expanded their services to meet the needs of folks like you in our area. If your home needs updating or you have some projects that you just haven't gotten to, Eagle can help. They install shower doors, mirrors, shelving, blinds, bath hardware, and lots more. Call Eagle Masonry and Insulation today at 256-755-1556. Eagle saves you time, and Eagle saves you money.
Guys, when we were 20, we never had to worry about spontaneity. And now that we've gotten older, spontaneity has been replaced with pills and injections. We're just trying to keep that intimacy, but it's taken away from spontaneity. At Advanced Life Clinic, we now offer GainsWave, which uses sound waves to non-invasively treat this issue with no need for pills or injections. Just give us a call, 256-888-9367, or check us out online, advancedlifeclinic.com.
McCurry Motors is your car and van rental headquarters. You can rent the vehicle you need today. Family in town, sporting event, church function, no matter what your need, McCurry Motors has you covered with a wide selection of cars and vans available for rent. They have 12-passenger Mercedes Sprinter vans, 12-passenger Ford Transit vans, 15-passenger Ford Transit vans, and 15-passenger Chevrolet Express vans. They have 2 locations, Highway 72 in Athens or Max Luther Drive in Huntsville.
The Blitz has been called.
Give me one of them funky beats.
That might be my walkout.
Oh yeah, ain't nothing like a funky beat. Hello, welcome back, everybody. Final segment here on a fun Friday in No Man's Land. Welcome back to the Afternoon Blitz. John Abraham, Captain Cool, alongside the Bandi Man, Bailey Lowry.
Hey.
We had a lot of fun today, but before we end it off, we do got to get our last little bit of particulars in because we got to get you guys following us over on the Twitter sphere. You can follow us at @TheBlitz_sports, as well as on Twitch and YouTube at WZZNTV. So next week when we come back, you get the full effect of the show, just every single day. Just every single day. Think about that.
Every single day.
Except for the days that, we're doing, Tom's show because he's going to be out of town because, you know what? He just doesn't have it. He's not built like us. We are here every single day doing this show, giving you guys all the information. And you know what? I heard him just now talk about San Diego State trying to get out of the Mountain West. And you know what? Before he called it, he said they were part of the WAC. He messed up. He must not have had the script right in front of his face. Either way, this second hour of the show has been presented by Woody Anderson Ford, the best place
to get the best vehicles
for the best prices. You can head on down and pick up yourself a brand new 2023 Bronco, Mustang, or if you're into trucks, they have a plethora of nice ones for you. Bobby White and his crew will hook you guys up. So head on down or look them up online at WoodyAndersonFord.com. And if you guys are thinking about your weekend and like, what the hell am I gonna do? Guys, we got golf, all right? Right now, Danny McCarthy's sitting at the lead. His total is 15 under. Man is doing very well for himself. Second place is sitting at 13 under. Right now, three-way tie in day 2, but a leader is there. And also, USFL playoffs are going down. Michigan Panthers going up against the Pittsburgh Maulers. Both teams are 4-6. Trash. And then the other game's going to be the New Orleans Breakers, who are 7-3, going up against the Birmingham Stallions, who are 8-2. And I'm getting deja vu, except for, the New Orleans Breakers aren't going up against one of these 4-6 teams. I'm thinking about the XFL here. Either way, for me and the Bandi Man, we'll see you guys in, this weekend, over the weekend, whatever, here on the Afternoon Blitz. See you, everybody. Love you.
I'm attorney Gary Lackey. If you've been injured and need a lawyer right now, and pick up the phone to call, one you've seen on a billboard or on TV begging for your business,